Mwanamlume Kivipe, Assistant Director, Office of the Auditor General, Mongo Office. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of Parliament. Good morning, my fellow permanent witnesses. And good morning, Limulunga Town Council. You are welcome. My name is Patrick Acheche from Mongo Audit Office. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Simon Munyama. I'm the Parliamentary Liaison Officer, Office of the Auditor General.
Good morning. My name is Lurinda Sinyani. I'm from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A permanent witness from Ministry of Finance.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, honorable members of Parliament, and in Limulunga, good morning. My name is Jeffan Siame from the Office of Control of Internal Audit, Ministry of Finance. Thank you.
Permanent witness from the Ministry of Local Government.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to you. Good morning, honorable members, and good morning, Limulunga Town Council, and you're welcome. My name is Joyce Kubansa from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Office of the Clerk, starting from far there, my far left.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. My name is Sarah Mbewe from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tokozile Chaponda from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Masliso Miangwa from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning to the rest of the members of Parliament and our permanent witnesses. CS and your team, you're welcome. Emmanuel Walia from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you so much. We'll now to members of the committee. We'll start with us virtually. Chairman Nyambose, you can start. For Mitete.
Good morning. Limulunga Town Council, good morning and you are welcome. Mutelo Mishek, your servant, MP for Mitete. Chair, I thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Mweni.
Thank you so much, Chair. Good morning to you. Morning, Limulunga Town Council, my neighboring constituents. Morning, all witnesses. The questions with the President in here, it shows a very serious commitment from Western Province here. Thank you.
Happy Youth Day to you, Honorable Mweni. How old are you?
Chair, being a youth has got no age limit. I'm still very youthful, energetic, strong, and reliable. So
happy Youth Day to you.
Thank you so much. Happy Youth Day to you too.
Thank you.
And all the viewers out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Honorable MP for Siabonga.
Chair, good morning. Good morning, permanent witnesses. Good morning, Limulunga Town Council. I will not greet Mwene. Good morning, other members. Chair, my name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siabonga constituency, the member of this committee. Thank you very much, Chair. You can proceed. Leave this one out.
Thank you so much. Witness, my name is Christopher Shakafuswa, Member of Parliament for Mandevu constituency, and you are in Mandevu constituency, so you are welcome. to Mandev constituency. I am the vice chairperson of the committee and privileged to chair the session.
Yes.
Honorable MP for Chasefu, are you intermittent with Malawi and Zambia? We may be experiencing some internet network connectivity, but our chair. Yes, Chair.
Am I late for introduction?
Go ahead now, you are clear. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning to you and the members. Good morning to,
Limulunga Town Council.
Limulunga Council.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. Otherwise, I'm okay. I'll be following the declaration. Thank you.
Happy Youth Day to the youths of Chasefu.
Yeah, my name is Honorable Mishek Nyambose, Member of Parliament for Chasefu.
Thank you. The Honorable MP for Kaumbwe.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Limulunga, and welcome to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petaukye district of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can see you have youths town clerk in your delegation. May I take this opportunity on behalf of the committee to wish them a happy Youth Day. The future is youth. Have a productive week. Thank you so much. Well, youth, at least you can say thank you. I now take this opportunity to invite you, Council Secretary, to Honorable Mulunda. I did give them a minute. I now wish to invite you to make your submission.
Thank you, Chair. Memorandum submission to the Parliamentary Committee on the local accounts of local authorities for the audit of Limulunga Town Council. Chair, we are cited in paragraph 116 and appendices 1, 2, 23, 28, 29, and 32 of the Auditor General's report on accounts of local authorities for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. Part 1, specific audit findings. I'll mention the name of the query, Chair. A, budget, income, and expenditure. Management response. The query raised by Auditor General. The cause of the query action taken are addressed in the we addressed it in table form. Number 1, the query, the in local subsequently collected. We have attached appendix 1 for the same as proof of remittance of GRZ personal levy and fees and charges to carcass fees collected at abattoir. Action. The 2024 budget was adjusted upwards to accommodate the increase in revenue collected from the abattoirs, specifically the said votes. We have attached appendix 1.2 as extract of the 2024 budget, which indicates some increases in some areas. The licenses, cause of query, the 77% of a collection in the licenses is attributed to business licenses. Action taken, the 2024 budget was adjusted upwards to accommodate the increase in revenue collected after updating the database of shops in the district, and worked with the Revenue Task Force to ensure collection of business licenses for the period under review. Appendix 1.3 has since been, which shows an trading license, and 4% over collection is attributed to the meat inspection levy collected from Mika and Termites abattoirs. Under the action taken, the 2024 budget was adjusted upwards to accommodate the increase in revenue collected from the abattoirs. The same Appendix 1.2 applies from the 2024 budget for revenue and expenditure. Under permits, the 4% under collection is attributed to failure to collect fire certificate permits and extension of business hours permits from shops in the market that is under the control of traditional leadership. On action taken, the 2024 budget was adjusted downwards to accommodate the decrease in revenue collected from the shops in the market. The same Appendix 1.2 shows the information, which is an extract of the 2024 budget. Number 6, under profit from commercial ventures, that at the board, corporate institutions, lodge owners and advertising sustainers. The 2024 backwards to accommodate the increase in revenue collected at the board. We have attached Appendix 1.2 and 1.4. The 1.4 appendix is a brochure showing the adverts. Other receipts, cause of query, the 88% of our collection is attributed to interest earned on Constituency Development Fund main account. On action taken, the interest earned was remitted in the subsequent year, where we have attached Appendix 1.5, which is the ledger for interest earned and proof of remittance to means of finance. Under government support, raw government equalization, the 2% under collection is attributed to deductions at source by means of raw government and rural development. Action taken, management will continue to engage the Minister of Raw Government and Rural Development on these and remittance of local government equalization fund. Other grants, the 12% of a collection is attributed to grants in lieu of rates that we received in the financial year. Action taken, management will continue to lobby from the Minister of Raw Government and Rural Development for grants in lieu of rates to attend to various expenditure needs. Remedial measure. The local authority will be reviewing its budget on a quarterly basis to assess the performance by analyzing budget versus actual figures on all revenue lines, as we have attached Appendix 1 that we have shown. Next query, unspent funds. Management response, cause of query. The balance that remained unspent at the end of the year, that is 2023, is as a result of funds held in operational accounts as summarized in the table below as per signed 2023 financial statements. Under district, Chair, the table there indicates the amounts that were on the various accounts for the financial year, where the figures for unspent amounts are indicated at the end as 2.5 million 528,391. Action taken. Management wishes to report that as of 31st December 2024, a total amount of 1,739,586.27 has been spent, leaving a balance of 788,804.73 for the completion of capital projects. We have attached Appendix 2.1, which shows the ledgers on the various bank accounts stated. Remedial measure. Management to ensure prudent utilization of funds and ensure that funds received during the year under review are utilized within the same year, unless exceptional circumstances or factors beyond its control render this, where it renders this impossible. Appendix 2 has been attached, showing the same details. B, annual performance of the council.
You can go to Part B on page 11. You have already responded to the performance.
Thank you, Chair. Part B, that is 2, deliverable targets stroke outputs not achieved. We have provided a table that is showing the same, and on our response as management chair, a table also has been put to clarify on each. Management wishes to acknowledge, that is on page 12, the query raised by Auditor General, the cause of the query and action taken addressed in the table, housing and community amenities, cause of the query. The local authority had to wait for accumulation of funds in the capital account, and due to limited resources, the projects were subsequently scheduled. Action taken. The construction of a council guest house is underway, and 6 self-contained rooms are currently at roof level. So far, the council has spent 439,813.74 of the total contract value of 984,110.40. There is the appendix 3.1 that has been attached, showing the progress made in pictorial form for the construction of the 6 rooms at the guest house. Under local governance, the local authority budgeted 48,750 for citizen engagement services, but funds were fully utilized were not fully utilized due to budget constraints in 2023. On action taken, the local authority spent on WDC sensitization and orientation in 2023. Appendix 3.2 shows the documents and other details for the orientation of WDC. Integrated development planning. Under cause of query, the local authority did not procure the computer for socioeconomic planner due to limited funds in 2023. Under action taken, the computer was procured in 2024. There is appendix 3.3 that shows the payment voucher and other attached details for purchase of 2 laptops, Chair. Public health and environmental protection. The local authority budgeted funds to be spent on unclaimed bodies. However, during the year under review, there were no unclaimed bodies that to necessitate the expenditure. On action taken, the local authority spent these funds on fuel for the former deputy council chairperson who passed away in the period under review. Appendix 3.4, which shows fuel requisitions for funeral of former deputy council chairperson, has been attached. Public health and environmental protection. On the cause of the query, the local authority did not spend on procurement of chemicals, as there were no infested premises that were reported in 2023. Under action taken, the local authority collaborated with the Ministry of Health in implementing pest control by purchasing chemicals as and when the need arises. Under recreation, culture and religion, cause of query, the local authority did not spend the funds on sports promotion due to limited funds in 2023. However, under action taken, the local authority spent on acquisition of sports items in 2024. Appendix 3.5 showing the sports items purchased has been attached. Human resources and administration. Under cause of query, the local authority scheduled the procurement of council police uniforms due to limited resources in 2023. Under action taken, the local authority spent the funds to purchase uniforms for council police in 2024. We have attached appendix 3.6 showing the procurements. Remedial measure. The local authority will be reviewing its budget on a quarterly basis to assess the performance by analyzing budget versus actual figures. Appendix. Part C, compliance with legislation, regulation, procedures, unaccounted for revenue, slaughter and business levies. The first part, unaccounted for revenue for slaughter levies. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that the query is as a result of failure to break down the 12,351 carcasses that was certified fit for human consumption by Livestock Department. The figure included animals from nearby districts such as Nalolo, Shangombo, Rukulu, Mitete, and other surrounding areas whose levies were paid from the originating districts. and thus could not be levied twice. Action taken. Management wishes to report that following an engagement with the Department of Livestock and Fisheries, confirmation of receipt of livestock from surrounding districts was secured. We have attached Appendix 1, which is a letter for local slaughters from the department, letter which clarifies chart for the year 2023 as documented in Finance Committee under the given minute number and full council under the minute number, established the fees charged. A reconciliation of the 97,000 has been done, giving the slaughtered number of animals originating from Limulunga district to 9,703 animals. Appendix 4.4, which are extracts of minutes for the council committee, has been attached, and also showing the fee chart for the year 2023. That is Appendix 4.5 for the ledger breakdown of 97,030 kwacha, which has been attached to support the 9,703 animals. Remedial measures. Following the devolution of the Department of Veterinary Services, management to ensure that council receipts are always demanded as proof of payment to the local authority, in addition to the Zambia police receipts before clearing an animal for slaughter. Appendix 4 has been attached. Unaccounted for, Part 2, unaccounted for funds, transportation of carcass, management response, cause for the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that the total number of animals slaughtered does not directly translate to transported out of the district, as some are kept in stock while others are consumed locally. Action taken. Management has engaged the Department of Veterinary Services on the number of carcasses transported in the year 2023, of which clarification was given as the transportation of carcasses recorded per load. Appendix 5.1, a letter from VET showing the breakdown of carcass has been attached. Further, an engagement of termite and meat abattoirs has been undertaken to establish information availed by Department of Veterinary Services as a confirmation of numbers transported to establish liable and liable amount. We have attached Appendix 5.2, which are letters that we wrote to the two abattoirs, and Appendix 5, which is a letter of acknowledgement from one of the two. Remedial measure. Following the devolution of Department of Veterinary Services, management to ensure that council receipts are always demanded as proof of payment to the local authority before clearing an animal for transportation. Appendix 5 is attached as earlier stated. D. Payroll, management of payroll and staff-related matters. Payment of salary to an officer who was absent from duty. Management response. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by the Auditor General and wishes to report that the query arose as a result of the officer being absent from duty as permitted by conditions of service for the local government officers of 1996, which allowed the officer to proceed on leave after suing the commission. Action taken. Management wishes to report that they referred the matter to the Local Government Service Commission and received a response permitting the officer to remain on payroll until the court case is concluded. Appendix 6.1 for the correspondences with the Local Government Service Commission and the court summons have been attached. Remedial measures. Management will continue to engage the Local Government Service Commission to ensure that such matters are resolved in a timely manner. We have attached Appendix 6 as earlier stated. Part E. Local Government Equalization Fund, 20% for capital projects. Failure to implement approved capital projects. Management response. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that local authority had to wait for accumulation of funds in the capital account, and due to limited resources, the projects were subsequently scheduled. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the dam site has been completed and the construction of a council guest house is underway with 6 self-contained rooms currently at roof level. So far, the local authority has spent 439,813.74 of the total contract value of 984,110.40. See Appendix 7.1, which is basically Auditor General Operation Status Report that shows clearance of the dump site, and also a completion certificate under the appendix that is stated. Then we also have capital account bank statement. We also have Appendix 7.4 for dump site and council guest house project ledgers, and Appendix 7.5 for dump site and council guest house pictorial evidence attached. Remedial measure. Management to ensure that the remaining project is completed in good time, since funds are available and procurement processes are expedited to ensure the quick implementation of projects. Appendix 7 is attached as earlier stated. Part B, cross-cutting audit findings. The first one is on audit opinion, Chair. Allow me to proceed to the next one.
You can proceed to skip also the next one and go to C. You have already responded to this.
Part C, Appendix 23, that is poor management of waste, management response, cause for the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that the local authority had to wait for accumulation of funds in the capital account, and due to limited resources, the projects were subsequently scheduled. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the construction of the dump site has since been completed, with the Appendix 7.1 and Appendix 7.2 indicating also dump site 7.3 capital account bank statement, 7.4 dump site project ledger, and 7.5 dump site pictorial evidence. Remedial measure. Management to ensure procurement processes are expedited to ensure the quick implementation of projects. D, Appendix 28, failure to settle statutory and other obligations. Management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that statutory obligations amounts remained unpaid as at 31st December 2023 as shown on the table. In the table we have ZRI and NAPSA figures. ZRI at 851,904, NAPSA at 1,484,613. Action taken. Management has paid a total of 1,868,804.30 as of 9 February 2025 towards National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) obligations, and 1,219,242.70 as of 6 February 2025 towards Zambia Revenue Authority ZRI obligations, and leaving an outstanding balances of 632,648.15 for NAPSA and 456,852.35 for ZRA. ZRA and NAPSA ledgers have been attached on Appendix A.1 and statement of payments from ZRA and NAPSA on Appendix 8.2. The local authority has entered into an agreement with NAPSA to liquidate the balance of 648.15 by paying a 27,000 every last day of the month. We have since attached a consent judgment that we entered into with NAPSA as Appendix 8.3. The local authority applied for amnesty with ZRA and met all the conditions put to qualify for the amnesty. However, the local authority is yet to receive a response from ZRA. We have since attached amnesty receipt from ZRA attached as Appendix 8.4. Further, management has ensured to pay the principal amounts towards current statutory obligations to avoid accumulating further penalties. Remedial measure. Management will ensure to continue to pay the current statutory obligations when they fall due to avoid the penalties. Appendix 8 indicates everything as indicated earlier. E. Appendix 29, failure to settle staff obligations. Management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by Auditor General and wishes to report that staff obligations amount remained unpaid as at 31st December 2023 as shown in the table below. We have 2 retirees indicated there, with one at the time of audit having a 224,478 balance, the other one 425,295, total 649,272. Action taken. Management has made payments towards clearing staff obligations as shown in the table. The first retiree, who had 224, has since been cleared. The second retiree, who had 425, has since remained with a balance of 169,293. Our total balance from 649,772 currently stands at 169,293. From the table above, the local authority has paid in full for the retirement of Mr. Muya as indicated, and remained with an amount of 169 for late Matakala Lungowe. Appendix 9.1 for the ledgers showing terminal benefits for the 2 officers extracted from payroll from the period they retired. Remedial measure. Management will ensure timely dismantling of staff obligations. We have attached Appendix 9 as indicated. F. Appendix 32, failure to transfer funds to capital. Management response. Cause for the query. Management acknowledges the query raised by the Auditor General and wishes to report that the local authority had borrowed funds to pay December salaries and had not transferred all the funds to the capital account by 31st December 2023. This was due to the delayed receipt of the Local Government Equalization Fund, which was received on the last working day of the year 2023. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the local authority transferred the outstanding funds to the capital account on 4th January 2024, and Appendix 10.1 has since been attached for capital account ledgers showing the transfer funds, and Appendix 7.3, which was mentioned earlier, for the capital account bank statement. Remedial measure. Management will ensure prudent utilization of funds. We have attached Appendix 10 as earlier indicated. Chair, I submit.
Thank you so much. I wish to invite points of clarifications from the honorable members of the committee. We'll start with Honorable Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. We to page 6.
Page 6.
Page 6. We're told that the unspent funds were 2,687,534. But when we go to Appendix 2.1, on the same page 6, the accounts, the balance in these accounts, like district fund, capital projects, and so on, the balance on the signed financial statements is 2,528,391. Why there is this deficit of 159,143?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I will give a response, and later on, Chair, you may allow me to give the Director of Finance. Chair, we acknowledge the query, and it's true. We also went for the figures, except we captured the figures, Chair, as they appeared in the financial statements that were signed, that were counter-checked with the balances that were on the district, on the accounts as listed in the table.
And how do you account for the difference?
Chair, the Director of Finance may come in.
Yes, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair. The information that we could rely on is what was signed and verified by Auditor General, because even our ledgers and the financial and the bank statements showing that figure that we have shown in the table there. So this one is corresponding with both the financial statements as well as the bank statements. And that is a figure that is showing on both. So it was going to be well for us to rely more on what is on the bank statements as well as what has been signed by both Auditor General after they did the audit as well as the Council. So the figure that we can rely on is the figure that is in the financial statements, Chair.
Honorable Dr. Mwanza.
Okay, we go to Appendix 2.1. That is actually explaining the expenditure on the ledgers. So Appendix 2.1 is giving an account on the expenditure history of all the accounts listed on page 6 through page 7. When I look at the opening balance and the expenditure to add, or rather to balance, to just add all the amounts that are the amount that is remaining in each account is not also corresponding to the amount that is stated that as at 31st December 2024, a total of, on page 7, you have stated that management wishes to report that as of 31st December 2024, a total of 1,739,586.27 has been spent, leaving a balance of 788,804.73 for completion of capital projects. So when I look at the capital project ledger on Appendix 2.1, the balance is not equal to what is stated in page 7. Also, I cannot read this ledger like on Appendix 2.1, which is page 40. What is the expenditure detail on the third row? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I'm trying to see the third row. Is it on the first page of 2.1?
Page 40.
Page 40. Oh, thank you. It tells me, unless I'm on a different row, it says being advance payment for the construction of 6 self-contained guest rooms at the Council Lodge of Limulunga District. This should have been a transaction on the 22nd July 2024.
Account for the difference in the amount stated that there was unspent funds of 788,804.73 with what is given in the ledgers.
Thank you. Through the chair, after we went for all the figures, Chair, on the first page there, there is a summary of 784 which has been indicated, and I think, unless I'm mistaken, this is the amount that we were stating that it is in line with the capital. Maybe the only difference would be a 4,000 kwacha, if I'm not mistaken, with what has been stated there. That could be counter-checked, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Dr. Manza.
A 4,000 kwacha needs to be accounted for. And also why the font is so small. We are struggling to read.
Chair, we apologize for the smaller font. I think it was in the process of transferring documents, Chair, while we were scanning and pasting them. However, we'll able to read out where details are required. Allow me to give the Director of Finance to...
Yes, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair. So the appendix on 2.2, it is showing various accounts. As it has been captured there. The first one on page 40 is showing the funds that remained in the capital account. Then when you go to page number 41, it shows the other account, that is now the district account. There was nothing that remained there. Then below it, there is a transit account, and after it, there is rural water and sanitation. And then on page number 42, you will see there is rural water and sanitation, that is a SOMAP. That is where the balance of 3,379.35 has also been factored into that balance that we are referring to on page 7. So it is not just the capital account that is being reflected there, but we are reflecting all those accounts as has been indicated in the appendix on page on 2.1. Thank you, Chair.
The construction of the guest house, CS, what is the status? When did you start, and what is the current status?
Thank you, Chair. The construction commenced in August, September 2024, and at the moment it has been roofed, it has been plastered. They are doing the wiring. They are supposed to do wiring, fixing the windows and door frames. The septic tank soakaways have all been completed.
When do you intend to complete it?
Chair, the completion is scheduled for this month end to completely hand over the building to the local authority.
What is pending on the construction?
What is pending, Chair, is wiring, fixing of window frames and door frames, then glazing, and then fixing of ceiling board and painting. These are the remaining works.
And you are submitting that these works will be done in 17 days and they'll be completed?
Chair, I'm submitting as such because wiring commenced last week when we made another payment beyond what reported here. Wow, once wiring is done, they will just plaster those points where the wiring has been done inside. While the door frames and window frames have since been taken to site. These we believe should be able to take us 2 weeks period that should be able to wind up the works.
Any other question, Honorable Dr. Manza?
On page 25. Actually 19.
Page 19?
Yes. Council approved to implement 4 capital projects during the year under review, and then the 2 were implemented. That is the Limulunga guest house and the creation of a dump site. And the total budget was 1,050,000 kwacha. The Limulunga guest house is what the CS just explained the status, that it is at roof level. What has caused the delay in implementing these two capital projects, taking on account that you had the funds available during the year under review?
Yes, you may respond.
Thank you, Chair. The funds that were actually available for the last two projects could only be reached at the end of the 2023 financial year. That's what now led for us to implement them in the following year, which is 2024. The 2023 was meant for the other project. We were implementing the other project which had funds already confirmed.
I'm laboring to see the picture evidence of the guest house. Could you guide the committee where the picture evidence of the progress for the guest house is?
Chair, it's page, we have 162, page 161.
Do we have Director Engineering, Director Works? On 162, in terms of percentage, in terms of completion, on what you're providing here, what would be the percentage in terms of what has been done?
Thank you, Chair. In terms of percentage, currently the building has been plastered. I think at the time when we were generating the report, it was not yet plastered, but currently it has been plastered even outside. Even the septic tank and the sockaway are done. So I would place it somewhere around 70%. So
do you have the fresh pictures of the progress that we are not seeing in these photos?
Chair, with your indulgence, we can submit them afterwards. If we have the pictures, we can easily print them out and submit them. Thank you.
And the contract and the BOQ?
Chair, we can provide them probably after the session. We can work to arrange them. Thank you.
Yes, because we, like I earlier alluded to at the beginning of the meeting, we are looking at your report. If you look at your financial progress for this project on page 19, it is your submission that the local authority has spent 439,813 kwacha, 74 ngwe, of the total contract value of 984,110 kwacha, 10 ngwe. Yet in your new submission, you are saying this project is almost ready and it will be done in 2 weeks' time.
Chair, last week we made a payment of 91,652.43, and the total as at last week was standing at 531,446. I think he must have spent on some of the items I mentioned, which is supposed to lead to the next payment, which is due probably in the next 1 week as will he make a claim. Otherwise, we have already exceeded the figure that we have reported.
So you wanted the committee to guess, because we are reading your report here, and you only spent this much, and your physical progress, you are saying you're almost at 70-80%. Yet your financial progress is at less than 50%. So why didn't you cause for an addendum so that you give us those added information?
Chair, we apologize because the documents we have presented were actually prepared quite earlier than the period that we are now. If we were to prepare this document, for instance, as a status of as at last week, a lot of things would have been changed beyond what we have reported.
Okay, so my last question is, you are saying that the project is underway with 6 rooms almost complete. Is this is the project only for the construction of only 6 rooms, or this contract is supposed to have other issues constructed?
Chair, this is just for the 6 rooms. We also have different other aspects by other contractors who are handling. For instance, one of them which is currently ongoing is construction of a conference facility, which has other accessories beyond what the current one is doing. So him is specifically the 6 rooms.
Honorable Dr. Maza.
So you're saying on the same site, there are 2 contractors. One dealing with only 6 guest house rooms, and then the other one doing the conference facilities. So, okay, since you just concentrated on the query, which is the 6 room guest house, what are the construction details in terms of the mode of execution of this project? Is the contractor on time? Because you didn't give any project specifics to this particular project for us to account for the expenditure which was queried as unspent. So it is very difficult to ascertain that the unspent funds were spent prudently. How do you explain that?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Chair. It's true, as the Honorable has mentioned. I think our focus was on the failure to implement. So we didn't go beyond now to show expenditure details as maybe the way it's being asked for. Otherwise, we would have been able to go up to that stage. What I would say is the contractor is on course with an extension that was done from December due to other circumstances. Otherwise, it's on course. We haven't considered to increase any amount because there was no request for such. He's implementing within the amount that is approved. Should be done by month end.
What
Chair, the information is available for verification.
What was the initial total cost for the council guest house, including the other facilities that have been given to the other contractor?
Chair, for 2023, we only had a 1,050,000 for the 6 rooms and the dump site. The facility I've mentioned is actually under the budget of 2024, which is beyond the scope of the current audit.
Okay. Honorable Dr. Manza, any other?
Page 3. Page 3 on item number 3, which is licenses. Council posted a positive variance of 16,719 kwacha, representing 77% of a collection in the licenses. And because of this collection, because of this over collection, council has even adjusted the 2024 budget upwards to accommodate the increase in revenue collection under this vote. What is your strategy to sustain this positive collection under licenses, which is a good thing to the council?
Chair, I will start in case any of my colleagues would wish to add. They will add. Chair, we have been working on the quarterly reviews because previously you'd only check when the year is ending. That's when you see where you stand. Chair, your committee may also recall that the last time we appeared here a year ago, we were, in fact, not just a year ago, in 2021, 2022, somewhere there, we were encouraged to make sure that task force teams are put in place so that you don't just rely on revenue collectors' information, but there must be other offices counter-checking each other so that there is transparency and making sure that we are very efficient when we are in the field. So we have been making sure that, one, we do those task forces, we review where we are, and also encouraging business communities. Remember, Chair, government is busy giving loans and grants to the citizens in these districts. Some of them are using these monies to set up new businesses. So in our sensitization, we have been encouraging that they need to do businesses that will be sustainable, but register with us so that they are able to make these payments. If someone is getting a loan, we teach them on what they need to pay, what is due to the council, what is due to other institutions like ZRI. This, I believe, should be able to help us for sustainability. But Chair, allow me to give you the DF.
Yes, DF.
And in addition, Chair, what the council has done is that all the contractors that we are giving different projects, one of the criteria that we are using is to ensure that they are fully paid up for the licenses. So that is one of the things that we are checking. If someone has not paid, we are not considering them. And that has seen a number of them, Chair. In fact, all of them now fully paying up for the business levies.
Any follow-up? On page 18, the case starts on page 17. The director of HR that was demoted 2 years ago, who remains on the payroll. What is the status of this case?
Chair, the case is still in court as at now. That's what we have as a status.
Okay. Allow me, on behalf of the committee, to thank you, Limulunga Town Council, for your appearance before the committee. Limulunga Town Council faced key governance and financial challenges as outlined in the Auditor General's report. And these key issues include, number one, unspent funds of 2,687,534 kwacha remained unspent at the end of the year, despite the council collecting 12,367,813 kwacha in revenue. Failure to implement capital projects. The construction of an office building and a guest house was not completed. Number three, unaccounted for revenue, 149,990 from slaughter levies and 51,143 kwacha from carcass transportation levies were not properly accounted for. Number four, irregular salary payments. The council paid 273,000 kwacha, 273,861 kwacha to a director of human resources and administration who was absent from duty for a year due to an unresolved court case. 5, failure to settle statutory obligations, and 6, failure to achieve variable outputs. The committee wish to recommend that these issues and challenges are addressed, and council must focus on number 1, revenue management, improve revenue collection and accountability, project completion, completing the office building and guest house and other key infrastructure. We would love to see more information regarding the guest house as requested by the committee, and also as submitted by yourselves of the physical progress that has made, and also the financial progress that you have just made. Kindly avail to Secretariat the payment voucher that was just made and the picture evidence of the physical progress that has been made. Financial oversight, enhance internal controls and ensure proper financial documentation. Debt reduction, develop a clear plan to settle statutory obligations. Compliance and accountability, establish strict guidelines for salary payments and project execution. In conclusion, I note indeed that your queries have reduced. Keep on working hard in this regard. And we have seen that most of the issues, some of them have been resolved after being queried by the Auditor General. So we encourage you not to wait for the office of the Auditor General to do the correct thing. You know what is supposed to be done, and so we expect that you do the correct thing in compliance of the regulations that govern local authorities' operations. Having said that, I wish to withdraw the immunity that was given to you at the beginning of this meeting, meaning that what you say beyond this point is now at your own discretion. We wish you traveling messages back to Limulunga. Continue serving and improving the standards of the people of Limulunga. The government is giving you a lot of resources, and these should be felt by the ordinary people in terms of improved and enhanced service delivery. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, the committee.
Thank you for your viewership today, Thursday, 13th March 2025. That's the Committee on Local Government Accounts receiving submissions from Limulunga Town Council, and the council was being led by the Council Secretary, that's Mr. Namande Kaonga. So the Committee on Local Government Accounts continues to receive submissions from councils countrywide as they consider a report of the Auditor General on the audit of the accounts of local authorities for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. And coming up next is Luampa Town Council. They will be making submissions to the Committee on Local Government Accounts. So we're standing by for that. I'm Claudette Sindaza Jonga, and on sign language we have Jason Manda and Chola Kalma. Have a lovely morning.
The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are a global call to action to end poverty, protect the environment, and ensure that people everywhere enjoy peace and prosperity. Achieving these Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, by 2030 is crucial. The crew toured 3 districts, namely Kasama, Nyimba and Katombola, to assess progress made on some sustainable development goals. Many African countries face high poverty levels, and Sustainable Development Goal number 1 aims at eradicating poverty in all forms. In Kasama district, Mr. Mwela Musonda is Luombe Cooperative Chairperson and shares how the cooperative is responding to SDG number 1.